All right, so these two videos are on energy harvesting. And I have to say, I saw the video of the judge, Charlie Kirk's, for Charlie Kirk's case. Watch the video of Charlie Kirk getting assassinated. Because it wasn't a shot. Come on. It's ridiculous. But anyways, I digress. Seeing his emotional response and his physical response to it was a genuine response. It was a genuine response. I think that he's coming into it with a genuine place. I think that he understands the concept of everything that's tangled into this court case. This isn't just a case for Charlie. This is a case for humanity in different ways. It's a big, big case. It sets a strong precedence of a lot. There's a lot of weight. A lot of weight. I got chills just thinking about it because there is. And you could tell in that mere moment of how he received and watched that. It was a genuine human response. Unlike his wife in some ways. Unfortunately, I had this conversation with my girlfriend talking about like the whole thing with Charlie Kirk and his wife. You hear that thunder? And because she's like, Charlie Kirk's a smart guy. How could he have gotten bamboozled like that? It's a plausible question. And allow me to elaborate on it. Because I find myself to be a smart girl. But you can be a smart person and you can pick up on things. But when you carry a strong sense of spirituality, you carry a strong sense of love, of devotion, when you carry a strong sense for just humanity, and you're at that place in your life where you yearn to go to the next step, check the next boxes, get married, have children, particularly if everybody in your world is moving on to that step and you're not quite there yet. It's very easily for people in a world that knows how to energy harvest and knows how to create illusions in your world. Like they're very upstanding, decent people and they're here to present love in your life. But there's hidden ulterior motives. When you're somebody that always wants to see the good in everything, you're going to land on the good. Even though you may feel deep within your heart of hearts and your soul, something's off, something's not jiving, you're going to land on the side of good because you're going to want to see that in people, particularly when you're yearning for marriage, you're yearning for kids. It's extremely easy to be manipulated. I know that feeling hands down when it comes to my previous marriage and everything that transpired there. So it's very easy to do. And it's one of those things. My dog is going. She hates it when it thunders. Let's see if she's good. Financial harvesting, high interest debt cycles. That's what they want to keep everybody on right now. I said to myself yesterday when I was going to the post office, that was a treat too, that experience. I feel as though we need to get to a world where people in the financial system, in the financial institutions, offering these loans, working for these high debt interest cycles, all these high debtors, the loans where the investors buy these loans, so where they can keep people funneling, keep people on a vicious circle. It's all for investors. It's all for money laundering. It's all for funny money. It really is. But I feel as though we need to get to a place where if you're offering a loan to someone that you personally would not advise, you wouldn't get for yourself, you shouldn't be out here pushing it into the world. You shouldn't. If it's not a loan that you stand by, meaning the back-ended fees, all the closing costs, the interest rates, all the stuff that ties into a loan, okay? If it's not something that you yourself, you hear that? You yourself will get, you shouldn't be out here in the world pressuring it on people. You shouldn't. You're being a hypocrite. You are. That's just the truth. I'm sorry. I know that's a sting for a lot of people. I get it. You got to make money too. But we've got to get to a line where people carry more integrity in the line of work that they do. You got to be able to carry integrity. And if it's not something that you would get, you would utilize, you would buy, if it's not a home you would sell, because you know all the back end and stuff that was found in the inspection that's covered up. I mean, we could go down this list. But so often enough, people just, hats off, it's your problem. You were dumb enough to do it, and it's like, that's just it's an unbecoming way to be, truthfully, because you, in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the road, you're going to look back at the last 3 years and what you did for a living and what you poured out into this world. And you're going to have that moment of reflection. You're going to be like, wow, you're not going to feel like a really great person. And you're going to be walking through your day to day feeling lost, not really sure what way is up and down. Not sure if you have any sense of purpose within you based off what you've done and poured out into this world, and it's one of those things. I had to find that. I woke up to that when I was in the rental industry, just based on everything that between the markets, between how the markets were being manipulated, between how much the residents and the tenants get absolutely raped. And the homeowners and the investors escape out from being freaking slumlords at that, slumlords. And then they have all these tax breaks, it's just crazy to me. And so it's to each their own. I get it. Everybody has to make a living. I really, really do. But there's a way and there's a presence where you can be in an industry and start with little changes that you do every single day that helps make the industry better. There just is, within the scope of whatever your policy and procedure is within your establishment that you work at. It's more than feasible. It's more than possible. Be the one that breaks the cycle, be the change. Be the change. Don't be the one that goes along with it. Be the one that changes it, not only for you and your generations to come and your children, but for others. Remove yourself from the tunnel vision. It's just going to hold you back. Social validation harvesting, likes, shares, followers, viral posts. Yeah, I was shown a long time ago. That's not in my forte. Which actually works out for me because I am not someone that wants likes. I'm not someone that wants shares. I'm not someone that wants followers. And I dang sure don't want viral posts. I do not. I don't need none of those. I don't want none of it. I don't want nothing to do with the limelight. I see what it does to people. And I feel bad for them. I feel really bad for them. I see how many people that are in the limelight, how it has just completely changed them and robbed them of who they are, of who they actually want to be. You can just see that so evidently. And a lot of these influencers, they're not even who they want to be. They're just playing a script. You can just tell. Why would you want to stamp into that? Why? If anything, you should be lifting them up in prayers and giving them strength because they need it. They need it. Spiritually, energy. Various traditions. Peace versus anxiety. Hope versus despair. Encouragement versus discouragement. Yeah, exactly. Peace versus anxiety. See, when you find yourself in an anxious situation, no matter what it is, anything, always land on peace. You can always find peace in an anxious situation. You can always find peace in a fear-mongering situation, particularly when it's all just extra noise. It's just extra chaos. If there's not anything physically happening to you, there's not any physical content. Like, it was funny, for example, we were talking about passports. Dang. We were talking about passports. Another coworker, right? I'm going to end on this. And she was telling me how her daughter and her kids just flew, I think, to Mexico or whatever. Well, when they went through TCS, they didn't check the kids. Apparently, there's a new, I don't know if this is true or not, but anyways, they didn't check their kids. They said they don't have to check kids' identification or passports anymore. And I was like, well, that's crazy. I mean, to me, that just seems like a avenue for human trafficking, truthfully. My personal opinion. But it came to me, I was like, look, because she was talking about going to visit her and getting a passport. And she said, well, it should be fine. I don't have anything. I said, look, if I have a passport, which I do, if I have a passport, honey bunny, you can get one. I can assure you of that. My back just did that. If I can get one, believe me, sky's